last week's episode, we sailed to Kristianopel. We celebrated Midsummer with family. And then continued across Kalmar Strait to Öland.
Not a lot of wind today, but we have to get going. So today the goal is Färjestaden. It's about 25 nautical miles. And maybe there will be some sailing, but I don't think so. Probably a lot of rain though.
I made a pasta bolognese for lunch, quick and easy to make it see. The Ölands Bridge connects the island to the mainland. It's 6 kilometers long, making it the second longest bridge in Sweden.
After mostly sitting down, it's nice to get off the boat after a day at sea and go for a walk. And at the same time, you get to see the new place you have arrived to. The next morning, we jumped on the ferry Desi to go to Kalmar on the mainland. It was so nice to be on a boat without having to be responsible for anything with the boat. Just sitting down and relax.
This is Kalmar Castle, and it's a real must-see when you visit Kalmar. It used to be one of Sweden's most important fortifications back in the days when the Danish border was really close in Kristianopel, the place we visited a couple of days ago. And also because the fortification is close to Kalmar Strait and they could control the strait and the shipping coming by here. They started construction of this castle already in the 1100s. And it's been under siege for 22 times during 400 years. So a lot of battles has going on here, but the castle has never been taken by force. So there's been German troops here, Danish troops. So the castle hasn't always looked like this. It's something that it has developed in. Now it's a Renaissance castle, but of course when they started it, it was more just a tower, a fortification point. And then over the years, different kings have added stuff and tear the stuff down, and this is how it ended up in the end. And there used to be close to 300 cannons for the defense of the castle. A lot of history in this castle. Is it time for lunch?
Yes, my cousin, she gave us a tip of a nice place to have lunch. The food was delicious and Vera liked it as well. I've been here many times when I was young, because we used to go to Öland, but I don't remember what it looked like. It's a nice town. It's quite big actually. But I think it's like the capital in Småland's province of Småland. This used to be the entrance to the town, and it's part of the fortification, and it's quite heavily fortified and was always watched by a guard to see who wanted to enter the city.
This was used as a main entrance to the town all the way up to the 1850s. And as you can see, back in the days they could raise a bridge here, so yeah, the enemy couldn't enter. The ferry doesn't go too late, so I think the latest or the last ferry back to Färjestaden is around 6.
Yeah.
And it's around 4 o'clock now, so.
Du har sån skön stil, Vera. So this is Kalmar Guest Harbor. It's just 2 nautical miles from Färjestaden, but Kalmar is a much bigger city, and therefore I guess the prices were a lot higher as well. So, but it's a nice marina, nice harbor, right in the city center.
Vilken dag är det idag?
Today we celebrate 6 years together as a couple. We met 6 years ago today. Skål! Skål för det! Skål för kärleken! Real summer weather had arrived, and we got a beautiful sunset. Are you ready for the beach, Vera? You have your beach clothes on. It's our last day here in Färjestaden. Tomorrow we're going to sail to the northern part of Öland. It's almost 50 nautical miles, so it'll be a full day at sea. This island, like, you can't believe that this island is so long, but it's really long. And then we're gonna sail from there to the next big island in Sweden, Gotland. I'm on my way to the bakery to buy some bread, but first I wanted to show you the facilities in Färjestaden, the marina. I think, well, I know for sure this is the nicest facility so far for what we've seen in Sweden. This is so pretty. This woman here, she has decorated this room, and this is where the showers are and the toilets, and she made like a marine and ocean theme. So look how pretty she has decorated everything, like with shells. And the thing is, you don't pay extra for the showers. There's even the laundry is included in the price, and the harbor price is 200 kroners, no matter the size of your boat. This is about 20 euros. And the showers are like this. It's like a shower at home. They even have this. Look, this is so luxurious. It's not this button that you have to press like every 10 seconds. And best thing, they even have a floor heat. So it's super warm for the feet. It's like in a house. There is only one place to go under the bridge for sailboats, and it's outside Kalmar. So before turning north, we went in and fueled up.
So we took on 97 liters of diesel, and according to my calculations, that means that the boat takes around 3.2 liters an hour in average. There's quite many shoals just outside of the harbor here. Right now we're passing by one that it's called the Deaf, direct translation, Döden in Swedish.
Have you checked the height of the bridge?
Yes, I have. It's 33 meters, I think.
Yeah, I think it was almost 35.
Yeah.
But you always get a little bit insecure when you approach a bridge because it looks so much closer to the water than it is, right?
Definitely.
And then you look up on your maps, it's like, oh no, we're gonna hit.
There's a gentleman over here on the motorboat. Seems like he needs some assistance.
Okej. Vad jobbigt.
Ja, det är sånt som händer.
Fint.
Knapen där bak. Okay. So he has some problems with his engine, but he's an old machinist, so he think he can restart it, but he wants us to tow him outside of the channel here so he can just anchor and fix the engine.
Ja, det är ingen fara. Lycka till!
Yeah, we just released him, so I think he's anchoring now. Really hope he can fix the engine. He didn't. We asked him if he wanted to have a tow into the marina, but he thought that it shouldn't be a problem to fix the engine. No fun to drift in under the bridge.
No, and he was right in the shipping lane too.
Yeah,
that's
the shipping lane. I guess there is some current just under the bridge. Vera! Hey! We're about to pass by Soliden Castle. That's the Swedish royal family's summer residence here on Öland. And there are some boys or buoys in the water outside here. Covering an area where you're not allowed to enter with your boat. And I guess if you do, the Swedish security police will come out with a fast rib and remove your boat and you. It was built in 1907 for the Swedish queen at the time. She wanted a place because she had some bad health, so she wanted a place to get away from the city in Stockholm. And she thought that the air here at Öland was good for her health. So she decided to build this house, or the castle, and it has a lot of influence from a castle or a house at Capri in Italy.
Our boat neighbor in Färjestad, he told us that one time he was passing by here coming from the north, and he went just a little bit inside of the yellow markers, and they came out on jet skis to tell him off or make him leave. But I wonder where they have the jet skis, because I don't see any docks.
There's supposed to be 2 docks in here.
they're probably hidden. And every year on our Crown Princess birthday, which is in the middle of July, they have a big broad television broadcast party there for her with artists, celebrities.
This is really great sailing. Sailing doesn't get much better than this. Totally flat water, around 12 to 14 knots of true wind. Doing 7.2 knots over ground on a beam ridge. The sun is shining and it's a really warm day.
On the port side of the bow we can see the island Blue Maiden, Blåjungfru, which is the mythical island where the witches were supposed to fly to for Easter. But it was called Blåkulla in the myth or in the legend, but the real name is Blåjungfru, Blue Maiden. And it's right over here. It's like in the middle of the strait, but I think we'll pass by. It doesn't have any good protection, any good anchorage base or anything like that, or no dock. You can go on anchor for a couple of hours. It's a calm day, but I think we will head on to Blåkulla.
I'm playing around with the staysail. See how much benefit we really get from using it together with the Genoa. And in these wind conditions we have right now, around 11 to 12 knots true wind on the beam. Our apparent wind angle on the beam. It gave us between 0.3 and 0.5 knots over ground. But I should add that this boat is not a true cutter, or at least not with the big Genoa we have, because the Genoa is 150%. So it's not always worth using this sail together with the Genoa. But in these wind conditions and in this wind angle, it definitely made a difference. But of course, if you have a true cutter with two smaller head sails, you would use it a lot more than we do. But it looks pretty cool and mythical when you see it like this in the distance. Like it is blue, the island. Yeah, this landing didn't go very well. How's the arm, Malin? Yeah.
Clip my arm.
Exactly when we were landing it, it started to engage in a return to home. Yeah. That's why. So it throttled up maximum, exactly the same second when you grabbed it. Then it throttled up, and that's why I couldn't control it. I mean, the problem was that it wasn't possible to turn off the return to home. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Should I bring some first aid stuff maybe?
It's not. No, it's not.
Should we wash it maybe?
No, but it's not dirty.
No.
Because they were clean.
Yeah.
We just put some coal here and. I'm reading about the harbor, Blåkulla, here in the Guest Harbor magazine. And it seems like you moor with a buoy in the aft and then bow in with lines to the pier. So now we have dug up this special hook that you can use. You attach the line to it and you use that to, you take the buoy with the hook and then I think it stays on there and then you can hold the line. So it's easier to reach the buoy. So we'll try that for the first time today. This was the busiest marina so far this summer, and it took a while to find an empty spot. We found one and it worked great to use the buoy hook, but unfortunately we didn't get it on camera. The evenings are so long now, and the sun doesn't go down until 10 p.m. This is Swedish summer at its best. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider to join our Patreon crew, which make it possible for us to continue producing videos on our own terms. You will get access to live chats, Patreon meetups and more. See you next week!